Good evening, everybody. Are you sick of my voice yet? Because I'm sick of my own voice. Mookow 1980 here with yet another ALTTPR Enemizer Tournament 2024 race for you today. We have Magnit Handz Full Float G going at it. Magnit won yesterday's race, looking to take the best of three today. Full Float wants to survive and force that game three. The winner get to take one Spookula, who is waiting in the round of 16. Fun fact of the tournament, everyone in the round of 16 is in a different bracket. We have 8 people in the round of 16, and they're all waiting for their next round opponent. We got Fiery doing some tracking today, going to help me out. I have released the runners. I have told them go forth and play the game. All their links are in chat. We are good to go. So if you haven't been watching, you've been missing out on a lot of fun stuff. Enemizer is a shuffling of all the enemies around the map. So enemies that have no business being in areas now have legal authority to have business in those areas. For example, earlier this tournament, I saw a glove in the Uncle drop down. It was blocked by 2 pokies, and it took a while for both runners to be able to get through that. Also, this is Chaos Boss Shuffle. So that means a boss can appear multiple times in seed, not limited to 2, and it can appear anywhere that the arena allows for it. Full Float starts at Link's house, gets the red 20, Magnit Handz, E for 8, which is one of Uncle. We'll get a sync up here in a moment for you guys. Last seed, though, as I was talking about the boss Chaos Shuffle, the last seed I did earlier today had 5 Helmasaurs and 2 of several others. Rooms that would logically require a bow to kill the enemies to get through, you can get through them without the bow. But logic purposes will state that you still need the bow to get through that area. And of course, hard requirements such as the bow needed to shoot the statue and the back pod still required. You do not have to do... That looked like we have a blue armor on Agaledge. So we will not be seeing red armor today, most likely. I was in mid-thought. Forgot what I was going to say. That when that happens. Oh, another thing is Thieves Town. You could rush right to the boss if you want to. You do not have to run the attic to save hidden. We'd be in the drop down, the Lost Woods. There were bombs there, as we saw earlier. Full Float's going to pick those up. Magnit already did. Fiery has told us on the tracker that we have a red crystal Eastern, pendant desert, and a blue crystal Tower of Hera. So we're going to get 2 pendants and a red crystal in the dark world. Magnit remembers there is a fishy and is going up to pick that up, take it in. That gives some extra bombs, that gives some arrows. That also gives a full magic refill. Definitely some valuable assets early on. Well, however, is not just going to go straight into Blind's hut. Where he will be followed by Magnit, Piece of Heart, Full Heart, Piece of Heart, Piece of Heart, piece of heart. So basically, two full hearts are in blind touch. One of them is some assembly required. Full dropping into the cack well. See if we have anything here. Got a swingy. Swingy, money, and errors. That's it. But we do have a swingy. So sword number 1 on the board. Bottle merchant sold a bundle of twigs for $100. Swingy coming into great use already because there is a guard ambush in the chicken hut. Acuhesh in chat. Just want to throw some shout outs for him stepping in. He's one of the background people. Shovel and chicken hut. We have volunteers that help set up the streams, make sure they're good and running. Acuhesh is one of them. We want to throw out the thanks to him for his work. It's much appreciated. Acuhesh is also one of those aforementioned 8 players in the round of 16 waiting for their next opponent. Red Boomerang, it was nice knowing you. You're likely staying on the library forever unless something possesses our runners to get it. If they get possessed to take the Red Boomerang, man. I think that's the least of their troubles. Race Game has the book. Normally you would save a save and quit, but because of that shovel, it's just as good as time as any to leave the race game and go over and see what you can dig up. And it's the Bloomerang. So Red Meringue fans, you're in trouble. Bloomerang fans, you're rejoicing. Pool Float's working his way down. Looks like he's going to avoid the dam to start. And go over to Mini Moldorm Cave where Magnet's looking to make an eastern play here. No, he's going to check the island. This is an island check. And it's just money. Now we're looking to go to eastern. We got a half magic in the Mini Moldorm Cave. And a full heart. That's the big finds in there. So it gives a little extra health early, which you can always use in the Enemizer. Half magic is always a beautiful quality of life item. And Saha, lamp, hookshot, piece of heart. Magnit feels well armed enough to go up and do some checks at the Uncle drop down. He'll probably transition that into escape. With the key, 300 for pool float here. With the key and sank, Magnit could do a full clear even without the glove. And yes, thank you, Akihaish, for answering that question, chat. This is the Great Ace Attorney for Magnit. Pool Float does not have usable audio today, so unfortunately we will not be hearing any change to his music at any point. But a lot of people love Ace Attorney to begin with, so I don't think we're going to have any problems there. Agina sitting on the glove. Just a big heart to start off the front of escape. Pool sees a shield on the ledge. No fire source, but he's going to go into desert. Which later on he's going to say, man, I wish I would have had that fire source before because the lamp would make the boss accessible. Of course, we don't know if it's boot lock. We don't know what boss is sitting back here, so for all we know, may not be that big of a deal. Well, we don't have much to work with. We're early in the game, and we're seeing new checks on either side, so. Bombs for Magnit. Compass for Pool Float. Go ahead and give us a check, Pool. Use that compass to tell us what the boss is, because you can do that in every dungeon except GT. There's the small key, so he is locked out quickly. Didn't even give us a boss look. Zelda cell contains the ether. Magnit going to use bombs to go ahead and death warp himself back to the start. This looks to be a play to the middle and the back. Whereas Pool Float did get the glove, so he can instantly go to the back here. Bottle with a B in it, a map, and a piece of heart. So unless Magnit comes up with something in the middle here, Ether is the big prize of the entire escape sequence. And for all we know, it may not even be needed. Its value is to be determined. And look at that, folks. We got ourselves a fire rod. So the fire rod is the big prize of escape. Bumps ether down to secondary, but fire rod very useful. Pool gets his lamp and hook shot here. Magnit going to wrap up here, and we're going to get into a save and quit. Pool Float with that bottle. Is actually going to go to the mountain with the glove. That is right. Magnit needs to get over to desert. We'll see what Magnit does with these South Shore plays. Red guard giving Pool a little bit of trouble there. Gave him an extra whack for good measure. Tell him to bug off. Hopefully there's nothing bad here that kills Pool. We wouldn't want him to waste it. I'm sorry. That was my fault. That death is on me. I was getting ready to say hopefully he doesn't lose a few seconds to an enemy going back to start at the old man rescue point, and well, I should have just kept my mouth shut. Commentator's curse. All that for a bloopy. He did get the save and quit point there. Now Pool will go up and check. Magnet's going to give us an ice rod cave check, while Pool goes up and sees what we have up on top of the West Death Mountain. Just some errors on top of Specrock Cave. There is the other armor. And this is actually a good thing to get given this mode. So I will call this the first logical armor that you would get. And we will never see the red armor. It is on Aga Ledge. Or Lumberjack Ledge, whatever you wish to call it. Pool's going to make his way over to East Death Mountain. Akihaish pointing out one of the dangers of fake flippering in this game on Enemizer is if the enemy setup doesn't cooperate with you, you're not going to have a good time. And we have seen that. In fact, yesterday, they fake flipper to go turn in their mushrooms just by going down into the swamp area and using that portal, ran into crystal rollers. Then they both forgot about it and went to fake flipper and do that again and got hit by crystal rollers. So it was kind of a humorous moment. They had a crystal roller city seed yesterday. Magnet's in Eastern now. We had nothing in the bottom of Paradox Cave for Pool Float. Big key right up front in the cannonball room for Magnit. Health for Pool Float. There is a bombos and a hammer in Upper Paradox Cave. So we need that Moon Pearl for Dark World access. There was the bow. On the right side of Eastern. So that's Magnet's first item. Second item was bombs. Got a flute on Floating Island. And a red 20 in the big chest of Eastern. Arrow of Destiny on Ether Tablet. So Magnit has gotten all three of his items in Eastern. We just don't know the boss. But Pool is going to go in and dip Tower of Hera. Magnet's just going straight to the back and hope that the boss is beatable. Now, Pool's already got a key to the basement. There's a map. Now, he can Hera pot. But is choosing just to go to the basement and get that taken care of. Magnit, remember, he's getting that ether medallion. He's not going to put up with that picket, among other things. Moth gets mowed down in Eastern Palace, so this will, at 1933, gives Magnit Handz the first crystal of the game. Pool picks up that big key. This will enable a thorough cleaning of Tower of Hera. Again, boss cooperation, of course. Magnit saves and quits out of Eastern. Vanilla as you can get on a Moon Pearl, and there's a piece of heart. Good call by Pool Float to go ahead and get the big key and not just assume. Now, someone wants to get a hold of Home Wrecker and let him know that Hera Basement's hard required. It'd be most appreciated. Magnet's about to get their glove. Pool is in the second phase of the Helmasaur that sits atop Tower of Hera. He likes to camp over that hole. Oh, Pool Float took a death from the energy orb. I'm gonna save and continue and just leave. Magnet's going to get locked out of Desert quickly, but we are going to get a check. That is a Helmasaur in Desert Palace. We just cannot get to it right now. We're going to need those boots to get through Desert if we ever do need to get through there. It is a pendant. You never know with these seeds. Pool is just taking some frustrations out. Just for a piece of heart. Magnit decided to steal the key. Be interesting to see if this pays off. Meanwhile, Pool's going to go into the Dark World. This is likely going to be a Hype Cave play. Red Rupee on Johnny 2 bombs. Piece of Heart, Mirror and Hype Cave. Arrows, Shield. Map for Magnit Handz so far. But a Mirror in Hype Cave. There is the big key. And again, it's boots locked. And that's a product of stealing the key to get that. But it is going to enable the Magnit Handz, who's committed already. Just going to go get that big chest. Pool's got a couple checks coming up here. He's going to start off with Stumpy. Red 20. Just a single green rupee. And an item on the boss. So there is one item left in Desert. There's the boots. K45 boots. Red Crystal at Swamp. Pendant at TR. And I flat out missed the other one. Thieves' Town. So that means Thieves would be the green. Pool Flow going to do dig game here. Magnet's going to turn into Bottle. Just get some cash. Chat pointing out hook shot movement by Magnit. Magnit is very good at movement in this game. Very good at movement. Magnit were to find himself trailing. And I'm hesitant to say who's leading. We're early in the game. Magnit can make up time with movement. He did show that in yesterday's matchup. So Magnet's going to go up to the mountain. This is going to lead to all the things that Magnit needs. Pool Float's going to get their 50. Pool Float's going to go ahead and go into the Dark World here eventually. Does he sneak a peek at Ped? Or does he just go to the Dark World? Just going to go to the Dark World. By having not done the front of escape or middle of escape. Middle is where that fire rod is. So Pool's not going to be able to clear out Skull Woods in full. Nothing on the chess game. We're going to look at the brewery here. Magnit getting their blue armor. Bombs in the brewery for Pool Float. Bombs and C-shaped house for Pool Float. Magnit making their way to Paradox Cave. They're going to get everything that they need for Dark World access, assuming they go that hammer into Tower of Hera. Just keep an eye on his screen there. Pull Float is in Green Pendant Thieves. He's got the big key. We're going to see how many items we can pull up front here. There's one item for pull. Magnit about to get the Bombos and Hammer for himself. There's two items for pull. Three items, and that third one is a sword. That is the Master Sword for him. Got some Crystal Roller action going on in this dungeon. If this is Green Pendant, there's incentive to go ahead and fight the boss, which is defeatable. It's a four-eyed Moldorm. There's an item on the boss that would clear out Thieves Town just like that. But there's a compass to tell you what the boss is in Thieves Town. So we have one item in the back of Thieves. What's going on in the Skull Woods? Magnit went ahead and did Spiral Cave first. He's going to go back up the mountain. Full Float just going to start in front of Skull Woods. Just a map, so going to have to quickly exit. I'm going to go the drop down route. Magnit now making her way to Tower of Hera. It will do the quick stop here to see the uselessness on the tablet. Full heart for Pull Float, so that's one item. There's a bug net for the second item. So now all you have to worry about is clearing Skull Woods. Both items are found. Magnit following the logic. This is good for him. This gets him the Moon Pearl. Full Float. Want to check out Bumper Cave. Samaria on Bumper Cave. So we will be needing that cape wherever it may be. There's Flippers and Bonk Rocks. Magnit setting up the Death Warp. Pull going into Graveyard Ledge. Just a red 20 waiting for him there. Magnit getting ready to Herapot. The big question here for Magnit is if he can defeat the boss, Helmasaur, where Pull unfortunately did take a death there. after getting into the second phase. Pull going into King's Tomb. Magnit gets his vanilla moon pearl and piece of heart. Mitt is in King's Tomb. So Pull's been on an item discovery quest here. And with that mirror and flippers, is just going to go ahead and work his way over to Catfish. Now, Pull is going to need some money. He's only at 469. Does not have the full 500 for Zora. Hopefully he can pick up the necessary cash needed. Magnit Handz did beat Helma. And there's the cash. Coming through is Catfish for Pull Float. We'll see what the bottle prize is for throwing it in, and that is a green potion. So Magnit is up 2 crystals to nothing. Pull only has the green pendant. Just a piece of heart on Zora. Nothing of merit on the ledge. Pull's gonna go ahead and save and quit. Now Magnit. Pick up some magic here. It's about to get the mirror in Hype Cave. Pull that mirror is going up to get his flute. Be able to check out everything else, but the flute's going to increase movement speed as needed for Meyer. So that was motivation in itself to get up here to Dark Death Mountain. Magnit, after getting the mirror, has decided to head north out of Hype Cave. It's going to go over here and check out the Pyramid Ledge. Nothing in Super Bunny Cave for Pull Float. Just 10 errors on the Pyramid Ledge. That is an ether on TR. So both of the big prizes in Escape, the Dark Cross Fire Rod and the Zelda Cell Ether, are going to come into play. Well, TR actually is a pendant, but so I'll dial that back just a little bit on the excitement. But you never know. There is a sword, Bacon for Pull, in Hookshot Cave. Pull going to get his flute. And now Pull's going to go activate that flute. Magnit. It's going to get the money. But can't do much else unless he... Can I at least explain what you're going to do, Magnit, before you do it? Well, he couldn't get it off anyway. He was going to try to sprite overload, splash the lead into cave. Pool is activating the flute. Magnet's going to get much ado of nothing here in Zora area. Magnit needs to get the K45 for starters. And just work his way around the west side. That was a quake. Meyer requires quake. But Magnit needs to get the K45, get the boots, and just start generally working his way around that whole side. Because there was a whole chain of items that Pool Float has picked up. If he didn't pick it up, he got knowledge of it. But Magnet's going to be able to beat Skull Woods because he has been to Dark Cross. Pool has all the items to do Swamp. Looks like the tracker is eating away all the hard work that Fiery's putting in. They'll get that fixed. So Pool's going to go in the swamp. Solid play. You have the means to do it. Magnet's going in the middle. This is not going to be an item because we see both items were up front on Pool's side. The big key. Magnet's going to go over here and pick up the free key there. Hopefully we'll get a ped check here at some point for Magnit. Ice Rod for Pool Float and Swamp. Again, this is Chaos Boss Shovel. Trinex may not even appear in this seed, but at least Pool Float will be prepared on that front if it happens. Of course, Pool Float still needs to get their Fire Rod and escape. Magnit going to drop down in. We have ourselves a Helmasaur. Helmacopter fan favorite for everybody involved. That is our third Helmasaur of the seed. Pool is doing left side swamp here. We got the helicopter action going on. Found a second item, which is a red 20. Did get the big key on the left side. Magnit getting a sweet spot here with the arrows. And then, of course, Helma moves and finally gets him down. Compass and Swamp gives us a vanilla Argus. So Magnit, in his first time through, is going to be able to completely clear out Swamp. Gets another crystal to add to the collection. Items from here on out and the rest of Swamp for Pool Float. There's the cape. Cape is in Swamp Diver Down chest. Just Couch Cash was sitting on the ped, so the ped is dead. So Pool's on the verge of picking up his first crystal. Magnit gonna find nothing of merit on this big chest because we know the other items are health and the bug net. So the big prize is a to-be-determined ice rod and a necessary cape in Swamp Palace. That cape will get Samaria. But Pool at 45 minutes and approaching 46 finally has our first crystal on the board. Just a 50 on the tablet for Bombos. Pool going straight after that Samaria. Magnet's not going to get anything in Graveyard Ledge, but King's Tomb is going to have those mitts for him. The tracker is eating inputs at this time, so please do bear with us. May have to do a refresh on it. Yes, and King's Tomb couldn't check it because he didn't have boots. He needs to get the K45. Pool float's hitting in the ice. Magnit is retracing steps that Pool Float has already had. Okay, we are aware that the tracker is behind a little bit, so please bear with us, people. Fiery, you may have to refresh the browser window on that tracker. Pool Float got a heart in Ice Palace. Game Bunker, he just picked up Samaria. He specifically made a trip to get Samaria after getting the Cape and Swamp. Oh, Wallmaster greets Pool Float. So Pool Float's going to try this again. So Magnit gets their green pendant. This time, walks away. Let's get the big key out of that. Magnit has gone back into Thieves Town to get the final item. Moldorm sitting in bottom of Ice Palace. Magnit, who came out of Thieves Town without any satisfaction, is going to get some here momentarily. Picking up those boots in Cave 45. And there's the boots for Magnit Handz as pull float goes into the boss. Scottish Brave rating with a party of 16. Thank you so much, Scottish Brave. Appreciate you bringing your crew here. Pull float wisely moving around. Gonna wait for that wall master again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Pull float there with that wall master. And again, I just want to let people know that the tracker is not working correctly. So unfortunately, it is not properly refreshing. It is being tracked on our end. It's not showing up on screen. Cole is leaving ice. Probably going to check Hobo at this point. Magnit is going back in the desert and then saves and quits. Going to be some good checks here. Because he's getting items in both places. He's going to get the flippers here. And he's going to turn around and save and quit and not go to King's Tomb. Good. He has to do that through the Dark World. Meanwhile, Fiery or Pull Float side, he had money, 300 from the Hobo, working his way through to Pod. It's going to stop off turning a screen pendant, which is a piece of heart. Pool's going into Pod. Magnet's going into Swamp. While they're stepping over each other's tracks here, go ahead and throw the links for the runners in chat, and myself and from Fiery. So if you like what you're seeing, please go ahead and give a follow. There's also some information on the Enemizer tournament as well. Just bear with us here. Bear with us here. Okay, everything is now back up on the back end. We are good. Do apologize for that. These things do happen. We got it fixed though. And the thing is, it couldn't have happened a better time. We didn't really miss much at all because we had already seen these dungeons to begin with on each other's side. So now that we have all the items refreshed on the trackers, we can see everything there. Magnit had successfully navigated. Full float went through Easter and got the bow, of course, in this case, which we knew was there. Magnit did go through, get the ice rod. And the cape. Didn't think of it for a minute. I was looking for my tracker. So Magnet's going to go ahead and do Pyramid Ferry. Magnit needs to get up to King's Tomb. Magnet's stream is frozen as we do a sync real quick. We're back synced up. We're good to go now on that front. Thanks to our back-end helpers. There's the quake in Pyramid Ferry. There's magic powder in pod. Magnet's going to get his $300 from Hobo. So the big thing here, if you're a Magnit fan, you need Magnit to get up to North Ark World to get knowledge of that Samaria, to pick it up, and then go over to King's Tomb and get those mitts. If you're a Pool Float fan, you need Pool Float to get in to escape. At Dark Cross is his Fire Rod. Potentially needed, we're not sure yet. The Ether, which would open a Pendant TR, is in Zelda's cell. Cane of Burna in pod. Now that we have the trackers caught up here, let me catch up and see what we do need for Goma. We might have collectively everything at this point. This is the first time I've actually had a moment to breathe a little bit because we had the trackers down. It's kind of hard to keep everything going. We may actually be in no mode. I know we have some sarcasm going on chat, but we did have some technical difficulties, so it's kind of hard to keep everything going here sometimes until you actually have everything in front of you again. There is Cold Stare. Pool fortunately has the Bombos already, so is able to defeat this. So Pool has on his agenda, he's got to go back to Tower of Hera and get back at Helmasaur for the death earlier. In order to get access in the Skull Woods, going to need to get into Escape to get that Fire Rod. He's already going up here to the Bomb Fairies, it is. So that'll take care of the Quake element. And that should be everything for Pool to be in go mode. Hopefully, check the Bomb Fairy, mirror, and go into Hyrule Castle. And that'll take care of it. With a fully opened mire, it's hard to tell. Magnit, we're still waiting. The big play for Magnit is he's got to get to North Dark World, pick up that Samaria, pick up the Mitt. And then he'll be able to get to the mountain where Floating Island is with that flute and get that flute. Pool is indeed going into Hyrule Castle. This is the best play. He just doesn't realize it yet. 10903 for Pool Float to pick up that fire rod and put themselves into go mode. This is likely a Spike Cave play for Magnit here. We have a Godmire. Magnet's just cleaning up checks, basically, that we've already seen on Pole's side. Again, Magnit has Ice and Mire to go. Pole has Tower of Hera, which can be done on the way to GT. Skull Woods and Mire to go. If Magnit makes this right now, he's going to go do his powder check with the magic bat. But if his next move is to go into the Dark World and then get up there, get his Samaria, get his Mitt in King's Tomb, it's okay. But the longer that this gets put off for Magnit, he's got movement speed. He definitely can execute and do movement speed over Pool. But the sooner Magnit can get up there to North Dark World and get those items, the better. Because that will open up everything else for Magnit. Full Float gets a cold stare. Another crystal in the books for Pool Float. Skull Woods should be incoming for Pool. This is the play Magnit's been needing to make. Part one of the equation. We'll want to get a potion there. And over to King's Tomb we go. Didn't quite get positioned right for that mirror. Magnet's next play should be getting up here to the mountain and going over and getting that flute. Swords were Cackwell, Thieves Town Front 4, and Hookshot Cave. Those are the 3 that we know about. Magnit may not be picking up that Tempered. Magnit is indeed going to check, and we'll get that sword. And Magnit is pretty well satisfied with that sword. Pole picks up crystal number 6. And there's the flute for Magnit. So 1:14:20, Magnit was essentially in go mode when finding the mitts, knowing where the flute was. At 1:16:20, exactly 2 minutes later, he completes getting the flute to put him in possession of the go mode item. We'll float at GT, going to hit the mirror portal. Because all this is going to be is a boss kill to get the 7th crystal, and we're right on top, there's going to be no time to do anything. We're going to go ahead and start our GT guessing game. Guess number between 1 and 22 on where you think the GT big key is going to be located. Winner gets a free lifetime supply of randomized Enemizer seeds. We will stop the game when Pull Float walks into GT after getting this fight taken care of. Magnit is in Ice Palace. Just going to rush to go mode this as quickly as he possibly can. And there's the 7th crystal for pull float. And Magnet, like pull earlier, the seed gets snagged by the Wall Master. For the record, my guess, the standing guess is always 9. I'm going to go ahead and end this game now. And here we go, the GT guessing game. Number 1 is a small key. Number 2 is a heart. We already got some graphical glitches going on with Enemizer in GT. Usually see those up in the 3rd phase of the tower. 3 is a shield. Four is a red 20. 5 is a bundle of arrows. 6 is a red 20. 7 is a compass. 8 is a 50. Nine is a small key. To random room we go. Ten is a piece of heart. 11 is a map. 12 is bombs. 13 is a red 20. Off the Bob's chest we go. Magnit gets the ice crystal. Key and Bob's chest, that's 14. Mold arm in the basement. $15's a piece of heart, 16's money, 17's a piece of heart, so we're looking at the right side somewhere. 18 is your big key. Nobody chose 18. We did get a Lord Meltio as 17. Closest to 18 without going over. So pretty much what we're looking at here with the Enemizer mode is Magnit is going to have to do a full right to get the big key quickly. And there's got to be a nasty Wallmaster placement that Pull Float gets caught by to force him to restart the climb. It can happen. More often than not, you're surprised by the Wallmaster. We have no idea if a Wallmaster is even going to appear. Given he's already been grabbed by one unexpected Wallmaster this seed, we'll probably do some extra movements just to make sure he's okay. Okay, we have a Cold Stare on level 2 of GT. Not too much trouble for Pool there. Pull Float a room away from the first set of 4 torches. We'll see if there's anything in the middle there that makes it a little bit problematic. It does have the safeties for it though, so shouldn't be any issues whatsoever. No, it's just going to be an anti-fairy. And drained all of his magic. Looks like Pull's going to fall here. Pull was waiting to make sure an anti-fairy wasn't going to chase after him as he went through those 2 torches. Takes the intentional fall. Get out of that situation. Crystal Roller on the second set of 4 torches. And another cold stare. The only boss we didn't see was TR, because there was no need to go into TR. The cold stare wins the seed with 4 appearances. There's 1 enemy room left. Pole's going to cape and dash. This will be no problem. And now all Pole has to worry about is taking care of business. Gets a 1. It's another one there. Three, 4. 5, 6. Pole is going to go ahead and grab this tree fairy off the bonk. Try to get the corner strats going here for the spins. Should easily dispose of phase 2. It's a pretty quick phase 3. It's 2 blasts. Gets the Corch glitch. 3rd blast. And there's the 4th blast. Get your GGs in chat for Pull Float. Pull Float G has forced a game 3 with his victory here today. Crosses in 1:33.28 according to the race room time. Here's Magnit is going to go ahead and complete the seed out. Or not. We are going to get a forfeit here on your screen very shortly from Magnit. Well, he officially forfeited in the race room. there, and there it is. Pull Float will be with us here momentarily. We will extend an invite to the booth to Magnit Handz as well. There's no known Game 3 scheduled as of yet. That is something that they are going to have to discuss. Again, the winner of this best of 3 will take on Scupula in the round of 16. If you like what you saw out of the runners, please go ahead and give them a follow. They would greatly appreciate it. Also give Fiery a follow. Doing a great job with the tracking today. There's some information on the Enemizer tournament. And we are joined in the booth by both today's winner, Pool Float G, and also Magnit Handz. GG's to the both of you.
GG's.
GG's.
Well, Pool, tell us what you thought about today's seed and what you liked about your game.
Well, I definitely like this seed a lot better than yesterday. I think the biggest thing that I liked was I really, with the exception of my dipping desert, which was more for information than anything else, I think I made the right calls at the right time, and it really, and it also helped that there was no Trinexes to mess with us. So
You had a situation there too where you get the Quake off the Pyramid Fairy, and you know Meyer is Quake, but yet you still, fortunately for you, still made the call to go to Hyrule Castle.
yeah, I think what I was planning at that time, because I was going to go do the castle after Saha, and then as soon as I found, everything for the mountain there, I'm like, no, never mind, mountain. And then I figured, well, I'm just going to wait until it's convenient, and Swamp opened up, and then Pod opened up, and I'm like, all right, so we're doing Pyramid Fairy into the pyramid, into the castle, and like as soon as I saw Quake, I'm like, I want to flute away. I want to go to 6, but at the same time, I'd rather take the time to get these 4 guaranteed items than have to explore Meyer.
Magnet for you, and unfortunately, you just couldn't quite get yourself up to the North Dark World soon enough to get that Samaria and be able to go Dark World to King's Tomb to get your mitt. That, kind of held you back a little bit there, and you was trying to exhaust all your checks and just couldn't find what you needed.
This game wrote itself. I don't really have nothing to say. Seeing the boots, I already knew I lost. I was like, that's a stupid location for the boots, because I like to go pyramid, even if the 5-6 could be available to let you know that flippers are somewhere, that you can wait to prolong that, but I ain't got much to say. Just the boots location was unfortunate. Going into Thieves all the way was unfortunate. Thinking about going to Desert was unfortunate. Just unfortunate seed. I can't say nothing else but GG's.
Yeah, and honestly, that's exactly it, man. It is just this seed had the chance to hit a route, and otherwise you could have wound up all over the place. And I was afraid I was going to do that, and just I got lucky this time.
Any other thoughts on the seed at this time, Pool?
Nothing else for me.
Magnet, anything else that you would just like to add in general today?
Wins game 3.
Well,
That's all I want to know. When's game 3?
well, if you've got time tomorrow, I now have that day available because it's my plans were canceled due to the snow. So
Can you do any time before 2?
I can do pretty much any time tomorrow.
11 a.m. tomorrow.
All right, there it is.
All right, 11 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, Saturday, January 20th. We're going to get game 3 for these two. And I will do everything I can to get a restream set up for this because I'm sure everybody's going to want to see this game 3. All right, well, Paul, again, I want to wish GG's to you. I know you got another race that you're going to be setting up for here very shortly, so I don't want to keep you too much longer. And Magnit, you probably want to go and relax after this one.
I ain't gonna relax, but yeah, GG's my dude.
Yep, GG's. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
See you tomorrow morning.
Thank you so much for coming in, guys. I do greatly appreciate that. And that is going to bring to a wrap this broadcast. So again, you just heard it tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Game 3 between Paul and Magnit to go on to see who gets to face Scupula in a round of 16. As far as what's coming up, SpeedGaming will have another race here at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's just inside 2 hours away. We have a Game 2, GFE against Aria Start 2942. GFE does have a 1-0 lead. Look forward to having you tune in for that one. But until next time, this has been Mookow1980 with Fiery Tracking. Thanking you so much for tuning in, and you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.